I don't know if it worked. I think it did.
Test.
I think we're good.
Test.
I don't know.
We're here.
No.
Test.
Are we?
Test.
Are we?
Is it on?
What?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Hello? Can you hear
I
me?
can't see your
Hello? Is this
screen,
thing
so-
on?
So, so just a little bit of a disclaimer. This isn't live.
have
This
a
is
hard
now
on.
pre-recorded. Jesus, this is a pre-recorded thing. I'm having technical issues. I was supposed to stream this
It's
live.
been lasted longer than 4 hours, and he needs to see a doctor.
Yeah, that's definitely. I need to see someone, I think. But
You have to see someone from every now and then.
But yeah, so basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a D&D session as normal, basically, because I don't normally interact with chat very much during D&D. Anyway, it's kind of more of a show, so we'll just kind of get on with it. So I'll do like everything as normal, but pre-disclosure, this is not live. If you're seeing this on Twitch, and if you're seeing it on YouTube, it's definitely not live, because it's never live on YouTube. So, that's the thing.
Because the idea is to restream this later.
Yeah, I'm going to restream this
Yeah.
for Twitch whenever I get Twitch fixed.
Working. Yeah.
And then it's going to
you
be
can always
uploaded to YouTube
Yeah,
as well.
You can upload the video that you make to Twitch and play it as a video.
Yeah.
And then you could even sit in chat and actually be active in chat
That-
and completely,
Yeah.
like, null and void what you said earlier.
That's
Yeah, and then
That-
annoy all your chatter.
well, that's what I was gonna do, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
do that on YouTube
I just thought it was easier to say I'm restreaming it because, like, we'd do it as like a premiere kind of thing, and I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
I'm sorry. What were you doing?
Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons. Hi, welcome back
Well, that's why we're
to the.
here?
Why are we here? I don't know.
Because we're going to kill shit.
Well, so just a little thing. It's been a month since we've done the last session. I've had a month to prepare something. I've done like 3 pages worth in my book.
That's it?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
So it's going to be a short run. Gotcha.
It could be,
We're not going to
potentially.
get past the first paragraph, let's face it.
I don't know what they're fucking talking about. I just need a drink.
So
Guys, we did the tactic of speedrunning this.
you have to do a speed run, so I have to like improvise for like the next couple of hours or something like that.
Let's do a half-hour recap. Go.
Half-hour recap. Okay, let's go. So during there. So basically, the recap. So during the party's quest to find the blonde-haired elf who has been branded a traitor by the crown, the party found themselves on the brink of death, only to be resurrected by a guardian of Moradin called Zanmir. After leaving Zanmir, the party found themselves trapped in a maze, so naturally they killed everything, looted it to high heaven, and then escaped. At the end of last session, they found themselves walking through a shimmering wall of light that was emanating purple smoke. And pretty much you guys stepped through. Zanmir gave them a quest to... I can't remember what the quest was now, actually. It's in the last notes. The quest was to stop the dark, save the fallen, and pay the debt, of which, to begin this quest, they had to fix one of the characters in being Flint the Bard. And he was very cryptic and was not very helpful when they asked for more information. So yeah. And that's where we're going to start the session. So, you guys, you have just stepped through this portal, and there is like a swirling vision of light around you. There is a loading screen that says now loading the nether. Wait, no, that's not right. No, so basically you all wake up. You can feel, before you open your eyes, you're all aware of this very horrid, rancid smell. It's the smell of death around you. as you do open your eyes, you see the burnt remains of L. You are in the center here. No, Flint, you're over here. So you're in the center. You three are in the center here, where you entered the portal. And in the center of this square is a pile of bodies, of which you are on. Some of them are charred remains of people. Others are slain. Some of the faces you might recognize. Some of them might have armor on. Some of them were the guards that you murdered. Didn't murder, you killed in self-defense. And others are that of the villagers you interacted with. Flint, you're over this side. You're next to a corpse, kind of to one side on your own. This is the corpse of one of the attacking guards that you were with.
I loot it.
There's nothing there. Everything has already been ransacked. However, all of your belongings, all of your things have remained on your body. But like all of the bodies and things that you've kind of woken yourself up around, some of you might be like at the top of the pile, or maybe you might even be inside the pile when you wake up, kind of thing.
Yay.
I'll leave that to your own interpretation. But any of the bodies, they've all been looted. They've all been kind of pillaged. They're kind of maybe have like some pieces of armor still attached to them, or clothing and things like that. But yeah.
Is there a dwarf seaside merchant kind of like fellow in there? Might go by the name of Bob or Dave.
Do an investigation check. I can't remember what his name was.
Don't ask me to do stuff. All right, how do I do that?
Slash R.
It's okay. I've got it. Investigation. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Potentially, yes. I mean, there's the skeletal remains of a dwarven fella that you do remember. You remember like kind of the stature, and it does kind of fit the bill, but you can't tell whether it is.
Does it have a crushed skull? Because I bunked it on the head.
Are you looking for this animal? Are you looking at this exact thing? Like this exact corpse that
I got
Drake
out
has
of
seen?
the pile, and I see Drake looking for something, and I asked him like, "Hey, what you looking for?" And I decided to join in on this search, basically. I would think.
Marcus.
Marcus, that was it, yeah. It was Marcus, that was it. The drunk dwarf.
Yay!
Yeah, so probably, but it's the charred remains, so like you can't really tell. But it fits the right height, weight, size, that sort of thing. So yeah. So all of the buildings around you, they are like ashen, broken buildings. There's a lot of like rubble on the ground, pieces of wood, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What about, is there anybody resembling Jodius, Jacob, or Jane was the one that came in elsewhere, wasn't it? So was it Jodius, wasn't it?
Jodius. You don't see Jodius.
Okay.
We saved him. Yeah.
I don't know. He was behind the other. Well,
Yeah.
I'll go check out behind the burnt out building, see if there's a body back that way. I guess
Mm-hmm.
where I left him.
So that
Yeah.
I think that was over here,
Yeah, more or less.
if I remember
Gonna
right.
try to look around and see if there's anybody that. I mean, I'm sure that there's not, but just want to help, man. Want to help. See if anybody
So
needs help.
first off, Drake, no, there's no bodies around this side of the building. like this is literally like a pile of bodies that have been kind of like collected there. Plum, as you're kind of discovering going through the ruins, you might be able to step through some of these buildings now, because like the walls have fallen down because it was like wooden frames, that sort of thing, or the roofs have kind of collapsed. It's just rubble, so you can walk over it. There's nothing. Flint, in the distance, way over here, you see a woman kind of on the floor, on the path. She's just down on the ground.
Passed out or whatever.
Kneeling,
I
sitting.
make my way over to her.
Kind of just doing something, sure. Roll me... I mean, are you trying to do this... hold on, actually, you know what? I need to do
As
a
I
roll.
get closer, I will start to sneak in, kind of...
Sure. Well, I need to do a roll first. Okay, so roll me a stealth roll. Yeah, she's just like kind of looking at the ground. She's sitting. She's got something down on the floor. It looks like it's a piece of cloth, and she's kind of folding it. She doesn't seem to notice your approach.
What does she look like?
She's a very old woman. Human. Yeah, human. She's got like raggy clothes. She looks like she's been through a lot. Okay, so just while we're at these buildings here. So these buildings are still standing. All of the doors are broken in though. So you can get into the buildings free of will. When you go through the buildings, it's been ransacked. The entire village looks like it's been ransacked. So I'm just going to presume that you, as you crept up, you went through the building to kind of get past, and now you're in the bushes, kind of thing.
Well, if the building, I thought the building was rubble, so I was going to use it as cover.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, you could have used the building as cover by going through the building, kind of thing, or if you went around the building or whatever. I'll leave that up to you.
The building
Isn't that the building that we stayed in?
That was this building here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so obviously at this point, I'm not going to be able to sneak much further in.
No.
Can I see what she's doing more clearly? Like she's got cloth out, but is she like scrying something?
She's got cloth. She is holding it. No, she's not scrying. There's no magical properties going on. She's kind of like, she's just holding like this piece of cloth. On closer inspection, it looks like it's some form of clothing that belongs to a small child. And you notice she's weeping. So I'm going to pause you there, Flynn, because you've kind of split from the party. Cliff, Plum, Drake, what are you guys doing? Because you're kind of still in the same area.
I don't know.
Might go have a look. Might have a look in this building that was abandoned that we never really explored originally.
Which buildings? Wait, which one?
It was the one between the shop and the pub. The shop and
this one,
inn or whatever it was. Yeah, that one.
So this was the inn. This is the Jodius, Jacob, and Jay pub, and this one was the abandoned building. Well, the abandoned building is just rubble now, so you can't really go in. There's nothing in the rubble, but you can do an investigation check to see if you see anything of interest.
Sure.
Is there a Heidi stash in this town? I can't remember.
No, Janice.
Okay.
Well, yes. Yes, but it would have been the shop. Because of your contact, if that makes sense.
Yep. Okay.
Drake, you see, you can actually see, as you pull away the rubble, you find a hand. It's been crushed. It is connected to the rest of the body, but there's like a big chunk of rubble that you can't lift. It's too heavy for you.
Okay. Human hand?
Humanoid.
Hand?
Humanoid. You can't quite tell. It's quite a small hand, but
small hand. Okay.
In the process, I'm just following Plum to just not get lost, hopefully.
Sure.
Because, you know,
Okay,
everyone
so
is parting ways, and my character's like, I don't know.
yeah, I know. I'm having a bit of a field day. You're literally doing the one
Alright.
thing you should never do in D&D campaigns, and literally
I'll,
splitting the
um,
party 4 ways. But that's fine.
seeing them move off, I'll run and
Hold
catch up with them.
hold that, Flint. I'll come back to that in a sec. Okay. Right. So, and also, yeah, I realized that that's to me and nobody else. Yeah. Okay, got you. We'll come back to that in a sec, though. Okay, so Cliff and Plum. So this building here, this was a building you never actually investigated. It was like the big tower building with the bell. The bell has actually fallen out and is kind of on the other side of the building here. There's another pile of bodies kind of built up, and the well that used to be here has been blocked off with a big piece of stone. The building is also burnt to the ground, so it's kind of like crisp and cinders. There is part of the walls that are still standing, which is like this end of the building, so you can get in, but yeah, I'll leave that.
It's like kind of like the town hall, right?
Yeah, it was the
like-
town hall. Yeah, that's
So is there like any newspapers or anything like that around that I could like check to see?
roll
if
me an
there's, like,
investigation check
something-
or perception. I'll take perception as well. There's nothing of interest. I have ice in my mouth.
Nice.
Okay. I was just seeing if there was like a date somewhere. See if any amount of time has passed. How long we were in that world.
Okay, I'm going to pause you guys there for a sec. So, Flint. How are you approaching her?
I'm just at this point. I'm just gonna walk up. I'm gonna get on the road, cross the bridge.
So, the moment you kind of come out of the shadows, the woman looks up, sees you, and turns around and runs in the opposite direction.
I yell at Holt. Holt, I just have a question for you.
She stops in her tracks for a second. Turns around.
I slowly walk towards her and says, "What's happened?"
She looks at you a little bit puzzled and then runs. And it's actually quite surprisingly quick for a woman her age, because she looks ancient, but she's able to go and book it, and then before you kind of like can do anything else, she's kind of disappeared into some bushes and ran down the path, which kind of goes into like this clearing of a forest.
Okay.
So, Plum, if you wanted to carry on going down this area, if that's where you were heading.
Well, did we hear that? Did we hear Flint yelling?
You probably would have seen Flint come out over here and enter the bridge, and you probably would have heard that yelling, yeah. But you wouldn't have been able to distinguish what he was asking. So you can see him now. He's in plain sight.
I'm gonna head towards Flint and see what's up.
Sure.
And I
need to
stumble
bring my map.
after Plum, like, wait for me! Wait for
Still
me!
watching
don't
the
go so
back.
fast." And
No, you survived, did you?
I heard you yelling. What's the matter?
I was an old lady here. I was just trying to figure out what happened. 1 minute the village is under attack, and then the next I wake up next to a dead god, and
the city all in piles? Or the town, rather?
One toll friend.
she went that way. So I was wondering if we should chase her, see where she's going.
We should probably grab our toll friend before we go.
How did he make it too?
Yeah, we all came in on a pile of bodies.
Hey. I wonder why they didn't kill us.
Well, when we exited, I don't think we were supposed to kill anybody there. They were quite friendly. Maybe we should have just talked first.
Yeah, friendly, you say. Okay.
I prefer the murderous approach, though. I kind of like it.
Are you getting a taste for blood, sir?
Nah, just, you know.
Got my eye on you.
I are watching you, dwarf. Dirty beast. Well, where's the tall one? I guess we should find him before he stumbles and dies like a normal human.
I think he's still rambling around where we were. I'll go get him. God, I wish cell phones were a thing. Oi!
Hello.
Find
going?
anything?
Bodies. Lots of bodies.
I feel that there's an abundance of them here.
Looks that way.
The
What's everybody else up to?
wee little man, Flint, he found somebody alive, apparently. She ran
okay.
off, so
Oh,
we're
right.
gonna go chase her, apparently, and try to figure out what's
to be fair,
going
I mean, if it was Flint that I came across, I might run away as well.
on.
All right, I'll head over, everybody.
Doop. We're together!
Hey!
Well done. You didn't all die. Okay, so I presume you're gonna go down the path following where this elderly woman disappeared off to.
This leads to Ransom Woods, doesn't it? I think this way.
It does.
You were saying?
Yeah. It does. And as you kind of like follow the path, you're on it for about an hour-ish. And there's no sign of her. Actually, roll me perception checks, please.
Okay, because I rolled a survival earlier. I don't know if that makes any difference.
So what was the survival for, Kath?
Tracking her.
Okay, to track her. Yeah, so, actually, yeah, sorry. So, Kath, you can find her tracks, and they're following this, like, footpath that goes through the trees. And basically, they kind of veer off the path and come back on the path, and then it gets muddled up with other tracks that have came through, and then you lose you lose which direction she went. For your perception checks, as you're kind of like going along, the woods, the trees are starting to get thicker and thicker, and the light coming in,
Like me.
so the light coming in, it's kind of like morning-ish time, by the way. The light coming in through the trees is starting to get dimmer and dimmer because the trees are getting thicker. About an hour into going down this footpath, you hear voices coming from outside of the trees coming towards you. Janice, they sound fairly close. You don't think that they've noticed that you're there yet. Flint,
So
you're
before
fully
we
aware
get
that
too far
they...
into this.
Hmm?
Before we get too far into this,
Sure.
since we did an hour, you said of foot traffic, right?
Yep.
During this time, Flint would like to ask some questions of the party
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
as part of conversation.
Absolutely. If you want to have conversation for that hour, we can go back and do that conversation. Let's do that.
What did you guys think about these creatures you're talking about that were friendly?
I have no clue. I kind of found them
Yes.
weird.
When we entered the last chamber, they didn't really attack us. They worshipped us.
That
I
was
have
a
some
little
strange
weird.
memories.
Yeah.
I remember an overwhelming urge to go eat something.
Oh. So they were friendly? And they were worshipping us. Yeah, that did seem like what they're doing. It's true. What else? You guys think about what happened in there?
I don't know how long they're going to continue worshipping us when they figure out that we killed everything else in their little maze there. But
I imagine
know.
they deserved it. They probably they came at us, didn't they?
Yeah,
mm,
definitely.
All right.
we probably should have tried to talk first. Oh well, it is what it is.
Talk is overrated a lot of times. I think we did good. We made it out alive. That's the main thing, right?
Yes.
Right?
Great. Hopefully that's booming voice or whatever doesn't get too mad that we killed its followers. I'm assuming they're his followers.
have
I
no
don't
clue
know.
if there's followers. They're not very
Oh
well
yes, I
informed.
forgot about the booming voice. Good, yeah.
Yeah. The one that told us that we have to repay the debt of you. He
Repay the
fixed
debt
you
of
right
who?
up.
Oh, of course, yes, yeah. All right.
What's the matter with you anyways?
Nothing. Everything's good with me. As I take a swig from my jug, everything's fine.
Roll me a deception check, please, Kath.
Yeah, that's.
Yep, everything's fine. Unless anyone wants to... Well, actually, no, because it'd be passive wisdom, so... Everything's fine.
I'm a bit worried about these guards that like to attack on sight. They seemed a bit blood hungry. Like, I mean, they didn't want to talk either, did they?
Are they gods or are they mercenaries sent out to destroy?
I don't know. They look like guards when they were. I mean, they were uniformed, weren't they?
If I can put on a uniform as good as anybody.
True.
Like the people that were contracted to find the lady as well that were after us, and they were just trying to beat us to the contract. And then they were the guards, or quote unquote guards, who I think were a little upset at us for, I don't remember what, but I feel like we did something.
I don't. Well, it was the guards. The guards were the ones setting the buildings on fire. I mean, that wasn't us.
No.
It was I mean, and it was the guards. I mean, all those dead bodies back there. That must have been the guards. That
The
wasn't
guards
us.
inside? Or those were the guards that we killed? And the bodies
I thought the guards killed me.
Well, it was pretty close for. It was touch and go for me when the portal appeared.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the portal. All right, well, let's carry on. Let's find this woman. Maybe she has some clues.
Just, if she starts feeling ill or whatever, let me know.
I'll let you know, little one. I'll let
It's
you
been
know,
a while.
little one.
I don't know if we're going to find this. I think she must have dived off the path a way back. I mean, it's been about an hour. Surely we must have caught up to her by now. Old lady, she couldn't move that quickly, could she?
It was pretty
True.
quick for a little lady, eh? She outran me.
Yeah, but you got little legs.
Maybe.
Shut up, human. I will cut you.
Maybe it
If you
was
can catch me.
protection.
With your little legs.
So, while this is kind of going on, some of you will have had like glimpses of like small animals in the forest and stuff. One of you might have seen like a jackal of some kind just like disappear. One of you might have seen like a deer or, that sort of thing, like little rabbits, that sort of thing, that sort of stuff. But as you've kind of like had that conversation, that's when you start hearing, towards the end of it, that's when you start hearing those noises, the voices coming in the opposite direction towards you from Ransomwood. They haven't noticed you yet, so.
I run into the bushes off the path and try to hide.
Give me a stealth check, please.
Yes, sir. Anyway, sir.
I do the same.
Yeah.
And I'm
so
like, hey, guys.
you two just like disappear And Drake and Cliff, who are just left there because they haven't done anything yet, they turn around. They can't see you. So at the moment, for Cliff and Drake, you've got you two both just standing in the middle of the path.
I'll be like, Shh, go,
What did
Cliff,
I do?
go hide. And I will shapeshift into a badger and poke around at the closest tree.
Sure.
Yes.
I stumble into a bush, but I don't know.
Roll me a stealth check, please, animal.
Yeah.
He tries to hide behind that tree, and it's
Wide dwarf.
Roll me a stealth check, animal.
Yeah. On it. I mean,
Yeah, you're behind the tree.
Yeah,
So, as you kind of like stay still,
yeah.
the people start coming from outside, and you can see them now. And they don't seem to have noticed any of you, including Cliff, who's like kind of hiding behind a tree. But because he is kind of like a dwarf kind of thing, there's probably like roots at the bottom of the tree that he can kind of squeeze into, that sort of thing. As they get closer, Janice and Flint in particular, you recognize two of these people. They were I think it was the half-elf and the halfling that was with Jacob when they took you prisoner, Flint, at the beginning of like a session a while ago, when you were kind of like in the woods.
Yeah.
And Janice, you just recognize them. I'm sure you figured out why. Unless you haven't, then DM me and I'll tell you in DMs.
well, I'm gonna confirm in DMs.
Sure.
Let me pull it up.
Let me pull it out. I mean, up.
Listen, sir, there's a reason why I'm not on camera. It's already out.
Okay.
Get on the camera.
So, you two recognize them. Cliff and Drake, you've never seen these people before. As you see them coming up, they're kind of like mid-conversation. They're talking about, hey, Jacob, he told us to go down to L. We need to pay our respects and clear this up. It ain't gonna be pretty. And yeah, they're kind of like talking about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And they kind of like pass you by. And unless you interact with them, they're just going to keep going because they haven't noticed that you're there.
Going to go ahead and crawl out and be like, "Oi!"
Hey,
and get their attention.
What are you doing?
they kind of like look round. Did you just hear something? I didn't. No. Couldn't have been anything. They carry on walking.
Bit of wind, probably.
Just the wind.
Hey, over here, you numbskulls.
They all stop in their tracks and they're like, Jesus, Plum, where did you come from?
Listen, I haven't lived this long. I didn't know how to hide.
Right. What you doing around here? We heard that you was in hell. We figured...
Yeah.
You know what's happened to hell, don't you?
No. I know that it is it's been burnt to the ground and there's a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah.
Not all of them because of me, but you know.
No, well, so the King's Guard, they came through and they figured that we was working in the area. They burnt the place to the ground. Killed everyone. Few of us got out, but you know, a lot of dead. We going that way back to go and bury them and pay respects to them. They've desecrated the entire area. They've been hunting us.
Do we have a rat or something in... How did they know that we were there?
I don't know. Apparently some dwarf came through and started causing ruckus in the town, and then,
God damn it.
it alerted... It alerted them, but you know full well that they've been on our tails, and then it was only a matter of time, I think.
Right. Alright, well... I thought... It's really weird. I don't know. We're missing something part of the story. Oi! And I call out to the other people of the party. You can come out. I know these blokes.
Badger just walks up.
This is my pet Badger. He's my new
so
familiar.
they look at you. They look at you, Flint, and they're like, "Hey, I recognize you. You was the one that we saw traipsing through. It was you." And they look at the dwarf of Cliff.
I'm still behind
You
the tree.
is the one that got Elle into trouble. You's the one that gave away the location. You've been stealing from us.
Kill the dwarf.
No, I wanted to say that
Kill
I'm still
the
behind
dwarf.
the tree. And I'm still behind
He's
the
stuck.
tree, a bit scared.
He's stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, just a bit scared, but also stuck, I guess.
You're still behind the tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll revert back to my human form.
He picked up they were talking about him and blaming him.
Well, it's too late. They've already kind of like seen you at this point, I think. So.
Okay.
Oi. He's a bit of a dum-dum. We're trying to keep an eye on him.
I mean, do you vouch for him, Plum?
Like,
Kill the dwarf.
he's just dumb. Like, I don't think he's an evil sort of creature. He's just dumb. And he was hired with us. So,
So you don't think he's been passing on messages to the crown, you know?
I don't even
I
think
don't
he
even
knows
know
how
what's
to write.
going on here, so...
Right. Well, either way, he
That's not
stole from Judas.
Yeah, about that.
I wouldn't steal.
Kill the dwarf.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
what was
to
your
be
name
fair-
again? We've met. Like Jacob picked you up before. Flint,
I Flint the Bad I am.
right? Well,
So you've seen Jodas since Elle. So Jodas is alive, is he?
yeah. So how do you know Judas? I presume you went to the you were at the store at the same time.
I was the one that dragged him out when it was on fire.
He
There's a
said
life
that there
debt
was
to
some.
my friend.
There was some human that turned into a wolf straight after. He survived. So did Jacob. He was the one that pulled his brother from flames and brought him back to Ransom Wood, where he's hiding out at the moment.
Sounds like
that
it's
was-
a good place for us to go and hide.
Aye.
Go back to the camp. Need
Aye.
more information.
Well, so it's back in Ransom Wood. We kind of had to move everything plumb because we weren't sure who we could trust. And, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel too comfortable giving you the information right off the bat.
Kindly so.
If yous is absolutely certain about it, you should head into the woods. And I think someone will find you. But I ain't telling you where the camp is.
Understand.
You
Right.
can blindfold us and take us back.
We got business. We got to go and rest the dead now.
Yeah. It's
Do
important.
you need help?
I mean, if you're offering, it's a
Offering?
big task.
Yeah, I got the strength. I think.
Right. Well, I mean, if you want to prove your worth, you can help us. You can come with us and you can help us.
Sure thing.
But I'm keeping an eye on you, dwarf.
Yeah, kill the dwarf.
All right then. So, are we going to go help bury the dead then? Is that what we're doing together, or is just the dumb dwarf going to go?
I'm not very
Let's not
good
split
at
the
the
party.
lifting.
Drake will take a look round and see what the consensus is. I like shrug, and I don't know. Do you want to go help? I mean, it's fitting to give him a burial, but
Yeah, I mean,
Are we gonna-
yes, we got to earn our trust with them, or you guys do. So yeah, if there's,
Well, no.
I'll come along to make sure that if anybody is there that needs help, I can help them.
I do have a
Clint, you can
question
just
though.
Do a burial tune.
I
Is-
could
What's
play
the
a song.
question?
Who piled the bodies, and where are they now? Because if it was the guards that piled the bodies, are they coming back? You know, or is that
Good
Right,
question.
well, the gods, they moved on as soon as they ransacked everything, and it was them that piled the bodies. They just left them there to rot as a warning to everyone, not to interfere with the business of the crown. That's what we can imagine, but we're risking it. We're going back. We're gonna go and lay the dead.
All right.
If they come back, we are here to defend you. I guess.
Well, last we heard, they went west.
Okay.
Actually, no, they went east. I got my west and east mixed up. I never had my strategy,
we
you
just-
know.
Yeah,
We headed
east.
out of town east too.
Yeah, they went west. Oh no, wait, no, they did.
Oh my
They
God.
did go west. You went east.
Yeah.
I was right the first time. I don't know. So they went west towards M. But some of us, we're a bit low down on numbers right now.
Hold on. So, OOC here.
Okay.
Really? You're doing LM? Is the next town N?
There's a reason for it. So
Or by frogs.
we will. So when were we? Yeah. So the party kind of like has let you in on them. And yeah, you head back towards the town. This is going to take an hour, so if you want to chit chat while you're heading that way.
All right. Well, if they're in a bit of a chatty mood, I'll ask them if they've come across golden-haired half elf that might have headed through Ransom Woods to Golden Lake.
Roll me. What do you need to roll for this?
I mean, we are joining the resistance now against the crown.
I'm gonna
so-
say roll me a performance check to try and get information.
Okay.
Golden haired
yeah.
lady. What do you mean, half elf?
Aye, half elf, maybe full elf.
They turn
maybe
to
half
Plum
elf.
and they say, "Do they know what you do?"
They don't.
Do
Drake
you want
gives,
them to know?
gives Plum a look.
Eh,
Who
You might as well tell them.
Right.
are-
I'll
So-
dumb down to shit anyways.
Right, so we're a resistance. We've been trying to save half elves and any kind of halfling or any sort of creature that isn't part of the elite too. And he kind of like looks daggers at you, Drake, and at Cliff. The elite too. We've been saving them. We've been taking them out and we've been moving them north.
I need to go to the toilet real quick. BRB.
Sure.
You're the dwarf.
The I ain't gonna tell you nothing about the golden-haired lady, half-elf. I know who she's looking for.
She's looking for somebody.
No, yous is looking for her.
Yeah. But why is the crown looking for her? What's so special about this lady?
Well, she's our leader.
I got no beef with nobody. She's the leader of your resistance.
He looks at Plum inquisitively. Did you know that?
She was a great importance, but I didn't know that important. Jesus.
Maybe I told you too much. Jacob's gonna kill me. God fucking goddamn. Always blubbering my head off.
Well, now that y'all know what I'm here for, you understand that we can't deliver her, right?
Well, I think there's a natural order to things, you know, and I mean, I'm not one for the humans anyway, to be honest. I mean, I think needs as must, but I'd much rather be out in the sticks. Give me nature.
We've absolutely got to save the little ones.
I don't think it's right. It ain't right the way they're treated, that's for sure.
So, hold on a sec. I need to pull up your... Yeah, so, Drake, when Flint said we need to save the little ones, you can see he's hiding something.
Okay.
His little one, or
no, but I mean, none of the other two didn't notice. It's only Drake that noticed that.
Okay. I'll let it pass for the minute, but I'll make a mental note of it. Yeah. I mean, I like I say, I don't think it's. To be honest, I normally try and stay out of the towns and stay out of the affairs. But I guess it is wrong.
I love getting to the affairs. I'm usually the cause of lots of them.
I can see that.
Get my meaning.
Yeah.
Right.
As I take
Well,
a swig from my jug.
I don't know why y'all were hired, but I got that job to make sure to get more information from the Crown to see what was going on. And this news is dire. They've already found our leader and put a hit out on her.
Well, they always knew who she was, but I've said too much. Jacob will. When we go meet Jacob later on, he'll tell you a little bit more, I guess.
Right. Let's hurry up and bury then.
So, like, you've at the end of this conversation, you've ended up back into the burnt crisp that is L. As you kind of approach, it's as empty as it was. There's still like purple smoke kind of emanating from some of the buildings, especially the old apothecary. Jackie is...
Don't go in there. You do not want to inhale the wrong kind of smoke.
So I presume like so the group kind of like will lead the way. They've kind of like gone over to the pile of bodies here, and they've started to like kind of very respectfully move them out into an order. One of them might have started digging burial sites down over here in this grass, that sort of thing. So yeah, they're just getting on with it. So I presume you guys are just going to be helping them, and
Yeah.
Right, Flinton's carrying a
I'm-
little
I'm-
tune.
I'm gonna
I'm
play a
on
little tune here.
standby.
Hey, a not bad tune.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
We are a group and we're taking
Doing like the
space.
last post on the
Diggy
on the
diggy
jugs.
hole, diggy diggy hole.
No, it's last post. Bum, bum.
Yeah, no, it's a fine performance. That's all I'm gonna say.
And
So yeah, so and as you've kind of done this, it takes all the rest of the day to bury the bodies. You've kind of collected them all from around the village, and you've laid them to rest. There's now a mass burial site like of all of these corpses, and it's now getting to sunset, and the group have kind of like said a prayer or done some sort of ritual for them, and you all stand in a moment's silence.
Did we sort out the guards from the people of the town itself?
You buried them all together,
Oh,
like out of respect. It was probably a conversation saying the guards shouldn't be buried and things like that, but they were adamant, just burying the dead. That was what they were doing. They were going to let.
You don't know which skeleton is which.
Well, so the guards weren't burnt. They were the ones that had the shell armor on and things like that. They were the ones that you guys killed. So, did you kill one as well, Flynn? I can't remember.
I killed the majority of them.
So this was when you were battling next to Jacob. So Jacob was in the battle with you, and then you had your guts kind of opened. I don't think you did kill anyone actually. I can't remember. You might have killed one actually. No, you did. You killed one. So yeah, he would have been there. That god. There is a very horrible silence as you lay rest. One of the children, Janice, you would remember this child most of all because it was the first person you spoke to, and kind of like scared off in this in this field here, and maybe you take an extra moment just to kind of like think about how young this child is and how mutilated this corpse has been.
Fucking bastards.
And I say to that as well, like, the royals are just bad people. If they treat people like this, if they kill them like this.
They were never always like this. Wasn't always this way. But they are
I can't do any more damage to
Power corrupts people.
to these people.
Hey,
at least.
this all started 5 years ago, and this got proper bad. I mean, we's not really been treated too well, but 5 years ago, that was when it really got bad. Hey.
Yes, 5 years. It was bad. I was fighting for the good king's army back in the day.
Fighting for that fucking twat.
For the good
What
king, not the cunt king.
So what happened when you were fighting?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'll leave your business to you because we all have our past that we'd rather not remember. I understand that.
Right. Well, Weez is gonna go make camp and sleep by the river, I think. I don't want to sleep near. Ain't
Don't wanna
gonna
sleep
sleep
next to
nearby.
barbecue?
No, I don't think that's a good idea. You're welcome to join us in our camp if you want, unless you want to go through the night back to the forest. It's going to take a couple of hours to get back to Ale.
Yeah, I'd rather take a long rest.
We're in L.
Back to Ransomwood, that's what I meant. Shut up. It's only my world that I've created in my head. You know, would have thought that maybe I'd know what things are.
Alright. I'd say let's have a nap.
So you probably make camp kind of like over here on the other side of the bridge that crosses the river. One of the party maybe catches a fish or something from the river, and they cook it on a campfire. If you want to roleplay all that out, we can do, or we can just finish the long rest and move forward.
It's the big fish or a small fish?
Suggest
A fairly big fish.
maybe we take it turns keeping watch during the night,
So
just in case.
the other members will also be keeping. So, like, you're free to kind of have a free long rest here. As a DM, I'm just gonna let that be the thing. Like, they'll be looking out on the lookout.
I mean, it's a camp with multiple people. I would.
But you can also do it if you wanted to. It's kind of up to you. It's a camp. Yeah, there's about 10 people in this camp, so you don't have to, but you can volunteer for it.
Well, I don't need the
Should
full
all take a
8
turn.
hours to, and even
Nope.
like keeping watch can count as rest.
That's right.
So yeah, we'll take a turn.
Right. Well volunteered.
take a
Nice.
long rest.
Thank you.
I pass right out.
I just take a long rest and just tell the others, like, yeah, I'm just gonna sleep tonight. If that's
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, Drake, that was your name, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to have the first watch, or do you want to skip now and we can wake you up towards the end?
I can take the first watch if you like. That's fine. No problem
Right,
with that.
well, I'll leave you with my mate over here, and like a half elf female character. Just like she just looks at you. She doesn't have a voice because I can't do women very well, but she kind of like looks at you
You
and
heard
nods.
that, not being able to do women very well.
Stop it. She kind of like looks at you and like nods, and like you work out a perimeter and stuff. Okay, so yeah, roll me a perception check then, please, Drake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so everything on from your kind of eyes looks fine throughout the night. The first 2 hours goes off without a hitch. The elf, the half elf, kind of like is a bit fidgety, is looking around, but she doesn't talk to you because she doesn't have a voice, and yeah,
Okay.
but it's kind of an awkward silence. She's watching you as much as she's watching around, kind of thing. And you wake up 2 of the other guards, and they have a thing. You go and sleep, and because nobody else put the name forward, like neither of you will get woken up until the sun is rising, kind of thing. Drake, you'll be the
I
last one
did.
to. Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
But
So
I was in chat
oh,
Yeah,
choking.
you're choking on your coffee. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah,
It's
so
all good.
you would have. So Plum, you get woken up to take the third watch, which is now 6 hours in, I think, or is it like the 4 hour? It's like the 4 hour mark, 4 to the 6 hour mark. Yeah, so it's now completely pitch black. There's nothing going on outside. You can't hear anything. You might occasionally hear the sounds of like wolves or jackals, or but you don't see anything. And everything is perfectly fine. Nothing approaches the camp. You
No
probably
badger out there that Drake has turned into running around camp.
well, I mean, you might hear like wildlife going on, but it's nothing out of the ordinary that you wouldn't normally have when you're camping out. The embers in the fire have now completely gone out under your campfire, and I've forgotten what it was. The guy that he was just talking.
Jacob.
No, it's not Jacob. That wasn't. It was
sorry,
Jacob's voice, but
Yeah.
I'm struggling with voices at the moment. I don't know why. Yeah, so it's a halfling. So the halfling that was talking the entire time, he actually speaks to you quite a bit, Janice. And he's like, "Hey, so where did you really find these people now that they're sleeping?"
Well, we were hired by the crown. They put out a notice of, adventurers. And this is the group that I got stuck with.
Aye,
A dumb dwarf, a drunken halfling.
Do you know
and some
much
tall
about
dude.
whose they are? Like, Flint, he said that he was in the military. Kind of casually
it's a
slipped
little
that
bit
in. I don't know if you
concerning.
noticed. Did you know that?
Oh, I noticed.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to press him right there. But we
Aye.
do need to find out more about this.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Jacob, he said that Flint, he helped Jacob. And here's the really weird thing. He had his guts cut out and he died.
Yeah, about that. Well, it's a long story, mate. And I'm not sure if we have time. But he was fixed.
He looks down at your wrist. You've all still got the bracelets on.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Right. So we were given these. Pretty much this booming voice came out, and his name is it Zanmir?
Yep.
And he put together Flint, and now we have a debt to pay to him, and this is kind of like a binding shackle towards that debt we owe him.
There's something else we didn't say when we was walking.
What's
Him,
that?
Drake. He was one of the bodies that was put on the pile by the guards. He was dead too.
Wait, so you're saying that you buried him?
Night, no, night. Jacob, he came through and found Jodius on his own. He was bleeding out on like the slither of health, his own brother. And he found among the bodies him. He was dead.
Buddy, were we all there? Were we all dead?
He didn't say anything about you, Plum. I don't know about the dwarf. I don't know, you'd have to ask Jacob about it. But I'm pretty sure he said that he saw the druid.
Thanks for the information.
Right.
Is there anything else that you can tell me? How long has passed since this all went down?
That's about 2 days.
Interesting.
Wait, did you not... Do you not know that?
Like, I tell you, friend, it's been a crazy past couple of days for us.
Alright, well, anyway. So I presume at that point, like, there'd be other conversations, it'd be lighthearted maybe, but nothing else happens during your watch. You go back to sleep for 2 more hours, and 2 more guards will do the final watch. Kath, Flint, and Cliff, you will wake up during this time, but you're not part of the active guard. You've kind of finished your resting, your sleep that was needed. So you'll wake up. The sun's now rising. So you can play between you two for a bit. if you would like.
We're fucking alive. We're out. Oh, thank God. Let me take a swig from my jug.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
No.
Yep,
Ooh.
you're fine.
Of course I am. Hey, dwarf!
Hi.
You're
What's up?
stupid.
No, you.
Maybe we should have put a watch on those two together.
Well, there are the other guards that are kind of like looking at them like, what the fuck are they on about? Like,
I want to go fishing and see if I can catch a fish, and maybe I'll make some breakfast.
roll me a nature check.
Nature or survival?
Or survival. Yeah, it might be a survival that's...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know why it rolled.
it takes you it takes you a while. It probably takes you about an hour, 2 hours maybe, and you can fish something out. What are you using to fish, actually? Do you have...
I craft a spear.
Out,
Spear fishing.
out of...
I strap a silver dagger onto the end of a stick I ripped off a tree.
Okay, roll me
you
a
say that we already
survival
fished?
check for that. So it was the other guys that were fishing. It wasn't you guys.
Well, their tools just didn't disappear, did they?
Yeah, but they're away. I mean, you can try and steal them. Well, anyway, Kath, yeah, you can make a fairly convincing sphere with this silver dagger that you've got, that you looted from one of the jewel. I can't remember where it was part of the maze where you looted that from.
Yeah.
But as you're using it, I mean, you kind of fail at fishing. You don't really hit anything in particular, but it's a fairly convincing spearhead.
Perfect. Not to mention I'm a little drunk.
Yeah. Well, the Constitution saving throw was to stop you from being like inebriated, so you would have taken a layer of exhaustion or something.
Still got some buzz on me.
Yeah. You're tipsy. You're in control of your faculties, though.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're doing in those 2 hours? Animal, is Cliff doing anything?
Nah, Cliff is not doing anything. He's just like, yeah, I'm in this camp now, I guess.
Okay. So that's the end of the long rest. So you can all do whatever you need to do after a long rest. So you all get your things back and whatever. Also, Drake, you didn't explicitly say that you were doing this, but you could attune to that staff if you want to. Like, you could have done that in your...
Okay. If I haven't already, then yes, I will do that.
So, yeah, I realised that the staff you obtained when you weren't actually here, so I'll give you the attunement to that. So you're now attuned to the staff. So it's kind of breakfast. The other guards maybe get some berries and that sort of stuff. They pull out some rations for themselves to eat, but they don't necessarily feed you guys. You kind of like have to deal with your own breakfast.
Crying. Fuck off.
I thought I'd be getting food, okay.
Oh, you all have
fine.
food in your
Rations,
packs. Like, you
yeah.
could just eat what
We
you've
have
got.
rations.
Yeah, that's true. I was like,
Yeah, I'll dig out some trail rations.
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Let's hurry up and eat and get back to camp. Are you good with taking us to the camp, or did you want to blindfold us, or whatever? I just need to go talk to Jakob.
Right, well...
Oh, Jacob! He survived!
Yes. He's drunk and full.
Aye.
He survived.
That's good to hear. Jacob's a good guy. He is.
You know, Jacob, How do you know,
He took me
Jacob?
prisoner. He took me prisoner.
Okay. Yeah, that makes him a good guy.
Well, no, I helped try to save him. He's doing a good cause, I think, if I remember. Yeah.
Okay. So he took
Yes.
your prisoner.
Aye.
Um,
He let me go so I could help fight the guards when we came upon the town under being ransacked.
right. Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
And you saved him.
Apparently, I must have, because he survived.
Right. I need to really talk to Jakob. Let's go talk to Jakob.
Right. Okay, so I think what we need to do, we need to head out Malta Ransomwood. It takes about half a day's trek. We should get there about midday. Right, if you want, we'll give you a signal and we can set up a meeting for you and Jacob, okay? But we ain't taking you
That
to
sounds
Az
fine.
camp.
That's fine.
Okay. So, you kind of like head back along the trail that you were going in. Does anyone want to do anything?
Really?
So, you're
Run
going
off
down
into
the same
bush and
path.
Take a big shit.
Sure. Okay, so, yeah, so you go down the
Roll a
trail.
Constitution for that.
In a survival to survive the stench.
Yeah, roll me a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you managed to
Why
miss
are
the.
you-
Yeah, they're all useless rolls. Like he's using all of
I
his good rolls
know.
for shit. Literally shit.
Jesus.
Do we need to make a perception check to avoid it?
No, he's able to do his shit off the road. It's fine. He
Okay,
finds a bush that doesn't contain poison ivy or something like that, right? Wipes his ass off on normal leaf, and you carry on. You kind of go down the same trail where you met them, where you were following the old woman who disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. You completely forgot about her, didn't you? And as you are kind of going, nobody's really talking unless you guys want anything. You want to talk about anything else?
Lovely weather we're having.
Old bird that we're supposed to follow.
Yeah.
Guess that lady's already gone by now.
And
We're ever going to find her.
as you get into an outcrop, the guards they kind of split ways with you, and like they say, right, this is what you have to do. You need to carry on down this path, and eventually, Jacob, he'll be waiting. Okay. There's gonna be a fork in the road. You need to wait there, and you need to send out a signal. And they hand you like kind of like a match spark kind of thing that you can light with like tinder and things like that. This light
So
here,
we're looking for a fork, not a spoon or a knife.
No, an actual fork. So we need to look for a fork in the road. Yeah, I got you.
what the fuck's wrong with you today? You were a little bit more chatty this morning.
I mean, but
He's looking at Flint.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking to me. I'm sorry, I had a few drinks.
Jesus Christ, you more than a few, I think. It's like you've been inhaling the goddamn whatever you've got in that jug. What is even in that jug?
That's what. Yeah, try some. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god. Oh my
Roll
god.
me a persuasion check.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Hey, what the? You've been drinking this shit?
I.
Jesus Christ! No wonder he is inebriated. And gives it back to you. Right, anyway, carry on down this path. There's a fork in the road. You wait there. Light this stick here that I'm giving you. It's got magical properties. It'll send off a big old smoke. It'll be all orange-like. Jacob will be along the way.
Wait,
So we're going to
is
tell
that
the
really
gods where
wise?
we are.
Yeah, was that really wise when we had know that guards
If
were
you
after
want to go
us?
and talk to Jacob, that's what you're gonna have to do.
This
and
is
they-
why the resistance is failing.
Yeah.
They kind of disappear off into the bushes.
Right, well, we're going to continue on this path, but we're going to be on the lookout.
Should we not just hide?
your
like,
eyes open.
Try to hide and follow them.
Oh my god.
Do you think that's a good idea?
I want to find this fork. Maybe we could use.
Well,
the
do you
fork
think
for
it's a good
something.
idea to put up a smoke signal telling the gods where we at?
I don't.
No, but
Well,
at
they
least
said
if
they-
you find a fork, we could use that fork to perhaps defend ourselves. Perhaps it's a big trident-like fork. I don't know.
Drake ignores the dwarf. They said the guards went west. I mean, I don't think they were lying about that. Otherwise, we probably would have seen the guards. I mean, they don't want to.
Alright.
I mean, they. Yeah,
That's
it's a
fine.
bit risky, but
Let's go find that fork in the road then.
I mean, we don't. Even if we light it, doesn't mean we have to stand around it next to it. We could hide in the bushes and wait for them to appear
All right.
and check. You know,
Alright.
like
Whatever you say, you dirty human.
stupid bloody halfling.
Right. Oi, keep
Oi.
it
We're
easy on
off
the
to
jug.
see the fork. The wonderful fork in the road. We're off. We're off. We're off. We're off to find the fork.
Can I attempt to steal the jug?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to.
Get the-
strength saving float. Yeah, you've got the jug now. Jug is now in your possession, Plum.
Well,
So, if you want to investigate the jug, we can go down that line.
yes, I do actually.
Okay.
I was about to say, as we're walking, I want to take a look at this jug and
Sure.
sniff it. And
Okay, so roll me an investigation check. Right. So the jug is completely empty, but you kind of notice there's like magical properties around the jug, and as you kind of like investigate, you can kind of see. Wait, Kath, was this an attuned item?
No, I don't think it is.
No. Okay. Yeah. So I have to remember because I can't remember what the actual jug is.
It's the alchemy jug. It's dumbed down. It can't do anything. It just does.
It just makes ale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's broken. You've seen similar jugs like this before, but fully repaired, kind of Plum. These sort of jugs can kind of like make any liquid that are able to hold like a gallon, I think.
It depends on what the type of liquid is.
Yeah, depending on what the type of liquid. Whenever you're holding it, you can hear it like liquid sloshing around, but when you look into it, there's nothing there. It looks empty, and like as you shake it, it's empty. You can, but this jug isn't working correctly. It's definitely been broken at some point. It's got like this huge crack down it, and the magical properties are definitely a lot more weakened. The only liquid that you can seem to make is this horrible, foul, stenching ale, and that, yeah,
okay.
that's it.
All right. Well, I'll store that information. I'll ask about it later. I'll make a note.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Kath. That's the alchemy jug there in the chat. Okay, so as you continue on through the path, the trees kind of get thicker, and then you start coming up to a clearing with like rocks and stuff. And in the distance, you can hear an old woman crying. She's kneeling down by a tree over there. You can just make her out. So at the moment, she's not spotted you, but she's just kneeling down next to this tree. She's crying.
Oi, there's a woman up there.
Is it
We
the
should go
same
see what
woman that
she's
you saw?
crying about.
Another bloody woman.
It's
Is it
the,
the same
like
woman?
10 a penny
It's-
on this ride.
it's the same woman, yes.
Same
I was
woman that I
asking
saw.
Flint.
I didn't see no woman. When did I see a woman?
When we were leaving town.
There was no woman when we were leaving town.
You know what? I hate you all. Let's try to sneak up on this lady and see what she's about. I don't
Hey,
trust
can I
her.
have
I
my
don't trust
jug
any
back?
of you.
So I get on my hands and knees and just try to crawl towards the lady.
Stealth
Yeah.
check for anyone who wants to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Flint, you are able to very silently, with precision, like disappear behind this rock, and maybe you might be able to even like climb up on this rock verge up here. I'll kind of leave it up to you where you want to end up. Plum, you kind of like are doing the same, and you drop Kath's alchemy jug, and it makes a big sound. And the woman,
Damn it.
I run down and pick it up.
Damn it.
the woman looks up to see you, Plum, with your purple hair standing out very much in a green background, and you're sticking out like a sore thumb. She doesn't notice anyone else. She just kind of looks up, and she's sodden with tears. She's holding this rag. Please help me.
What do you need help with?
I'm from hell. My child. Please help me. I need food. I've been wandering for days.
I step out from behind the rock and go, I've got some rations for you, my dear lady. And as I approach her and
Oh my
pull out
God.
some rations.
Damn
It's
it.
a trap.
And I try to like grab hold of him to stop him, but apparently I fail.
You can try a strength check to pull him back.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna
He
work.
just carries on going. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she takes the rations and just like starts gouging at it.
I start tooting my own jug.
Oh, this is the best performance. So the song that he did the other night was fine. It was like an amateur strumming a lot. This is like the best thing you've ever heard come out of the jug. Like it
Sarah
is.
McLaughlin.
It is ridiculously good. It's like that insanely good.
And just for an old lady.
Yeah.
In the arms of the
I see
angel.
you
Sarah
side.
McLaughlin.
You know, and I start a little fire and I make her a hot beverage because that's what you do with guests that are upset. You give them a hot beverage. Does anybody get the reference?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sheldon.
The woman, as you are playing this jug, suddenly transforms and catches you by surprise, Kath.
Oh.
Turns out.
Hold on, let me just.
Then we
So she transforms into this terrible looking jackal-like
Jackal.
creature that is standing like very much above above you and pretty much goes in and tries to bite you. I would like you all in a second when I've pulled up the thing. There we go. Turn order to roll initiative.
Where's my token? There's token. Clicky clicky. Yay! I did the clicky clicky.
Wow. We've all got shit rules.
Thankfully, it's just the
Holy-
initiative.
So the bite, by the way, is outside of initiative. Did the 13 hit you, Kath? I can't remember your AC.
If it makes it, it hits it. Yeah.
Makes it, breaks it. Okay, cool. So let's do your... So that's 4 piercing damage. It then laughs at your face in kind of a very weird voice. Get him, boys! Yells it loud.
Wow.
And, wait, hold. I need to do this better.
So you need to do women better.
Take
I guess I'm
token. Token.
Type
Token.
things.
Token. And then
Last time I play a song for a little old lady. Stupid bitch.
Try to stop you.
where is the other stuff? So from the trees, like basically a bunch of jackals, all kind of start swarming you.
The irony is, I said it's a trap more as a joke than as actually.
It is a
this gonna
trap,
happen.
but it is a trap.
I
Of
knew
course,
it.
of course, it's a trap.
Little old lady. You don't trust
they
little
all
old
have
lady.
higher
You don't.
initiative
Yeah, of
than
course you
us,
don't.
except one.
Like it's a jackalware, you know. That's
Can are we to assume that little fork is the fork? Do we know that's the fork?
Well, it's a fork in the road, so I'd say yes, it is.
it's
Like,
what you're
I don't
leading
think-
Have we
to.
seen that fork, Womble?
Yeah, you've seen it. It's dead ahead. I mean, you
Okay.
kind of focused on the jackals that are now like prowling around you. And
So-
Jesus Christ, their initiative rolls.
Jesus.
Drake, yours was a 20, was it?
The original roll was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we're now in initiative. So the
Nice knowing
first,
you guys.
so this jackal here. Well, luckily, actually, Kath, it was the one that's furthest away from you that rolled the
Yeah,
20.
they all get to go before me, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, except one. One of them is after us.
Yeah, one of them is after. Right, let me see if I can remember this. There's an advantage
It's the
on
cliff
attack
of the
rolls
group.
against a creature if at least one of the jackal's allies is within 5 feet of the creature and their ally isn't incapacitated. Cool. So this jackal here, who has advantage, goes to bite you, Flint.
Miss.
Miss. Drake, your turn. You can kind of see these jackals. They've came out of their hiding spots, and you can kind of see them quite well.
Okay. I would like to cast Fireball, but I don't have the spell up yet. So using the staff that I just recently attuned.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay. Fireball here. Let me. Have you? Do you have it in
Dangerous.
your? What's it? In your companion?
Cat should have the scroll. Isn't it the same thing?
It is the same
coming
thing.
out of a
I
staff.
don't know whether I put it in his spell thing though. I don't think
There
I
it
did.
is.
Oh,
It's there.
there we go. Here, let me drag you the fireball.
oh,
Spell.
okay, cool.
It's
I
20
posted it
feet
in
of a
chat.
sphere.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
it's more so that it's in his
Oh,
spell casting thing, so he can just cast the spell and click it. All right, you should be able to do that now, Drake.
Okay, cool. Well, can I cast it behind Flint and kind of hit the try and hit like 3 of them, like or maybe
Sure.
the 2.
You're trying to
be
hit
accurate.
like here.
There.
Yeah, somewhere around about there.
What's the radius of the? So it's 20 foot.
20 feet.
20 feet. Yeah, sure. So I will give you those 3 without Flint if you fire it there. So that expels one of your charges.
Yeah, 3 of the charges.
Each creature in the 20-foot radius of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. Sure. Okay. So 1 jackal.
One charge though.
2 jackal. So one of them misses. And then the jackal where? So 2 of them miss. Yeah, so now I need you to roll me an 8d6, I think.
Yeah. You should be able to click on the 8d6 in the chat there, and it should roll it automatically for you.
That would be
Cool.
nice.
This one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that was
buddy.
that was 3 crit fails, like 3 ones in that roll.
Yeah, so 21. So wait, who failed that? So one of the
Jackal where?
Do you know, it doesn't matter.
One of the jackal.
It doesn't matter. So the jackalware bursts. Actually, how do you want to make this look? Because this is the first time you're using this spell.
Well, obviously, it's like a sphere of contained, like a small sphere of fire that comes shooting out the end of the staff, and then as it kind of like gets to the area, it just like explodes out into this big, huge fireball, and kind of like a cascading edge of like flames and stuff as it sort of sweeps through the people, the creatures that are there. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, that'll do.
The recording won't be able to see what I just did, but basically I did it. Well, I wonder if I can. No, I can't do it on there. Yeah, it's annoying that they can't see that, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, a big old fireball. It catches all 3 of these and the tree here on fire.
Cool.
All 3 of them burn to death straight off the bat. The rest of the jackals actually they kind of go like they bark loudly. They're not very pleased because it's now, so that one's dead. So let me just show you which one's dead. So that's dead. That's dead. And that's dead.
Nice.
So those
So
3.
their leader's already dead.
Those 3 are dead. Yeah, the leader is dead. This jackalware here, like kind of looks at what just happened, is all of a sudden very scared and moves in this direction there. Like kind of starts running away. Which one's next?
Is it disengaging?
Well, I mean, it's running in the opposite direction. It doesn't have to disengage to... This one runs in that direction. They are turning around and running into the forest, basically. The jackalware is dead. Flint, it's your turn. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
You're still muted.
And then I'm going to do I'm going to move away from the burning tree.
You're going to move away from the burning tree? Sure.
Yeah. And I'm going to go sit with my party and just watch these jackals run.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, Plum, it's your turn.
Well, I was going to do up the flare to see if we could get some help, but we're not going to need it, I don't think.
I was about to advise that on my turn. Like, hey.
I mean, the tree's on fire. Is that not going to work as a flare now?
I would assume that they would be able to see at least something. They'll know that we're here now, regardless. Yeah, I'm just going to... I'll, like, ready up an ice knife if they come forward. if one of them decides to come back, but I'm good just sitting
I
here.
guess it's better for us to hide in the bush now as well. Somewhere in the side of the road. Up beyond this area.
Well, we're still in initiative.
Yeah, you're still kind of in the initiative at the moment because you've still got enemies on the map, but they are running. So, it is actually your turn, Cliff.
We could more of them.
What was that?
No. Yeah, we could murder more of them, but I'm
Burn
all the way
more of
back,
them.
So yeah, I'm just waiting.
Okay, so you're
Surprised
gonna
not
hold your
go try to
action.
eat one of the dogs.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so then this jackal is going to pretty much move this way. Doesn't make it off the map yet. Kind of just again disappearing into the forest. They're kind of scattering. This one's dead. That one's dead. This one does make it out of the forest, so disappears off. And actually, in this turn, they've all kind of like disappeared out into the into the forest and are gone.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the end of the
Right.
jackals. You all gain for that
Yeah.
40 XP each. And we're out of initiative.
Wow. Human, you did good. That's a nice staff. Where'd you get it?
You gave it to
Sorry,
me.
never mind. That's right. No, never mind. Yeah.
This
No, that's right. That's right. I gave it to you. I'm sorry. I was so
Yeah,
wrong.
that's cool.
What kind of idiot do that?
Oh, Jesus.
I was just like, Kathy, you're really gonna go with this whole I'm gonna forget everything, aren't you? You're committing to that, aren't you?
I need another drink. Hold on.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Jug back. Damn it.
Fine.
you're fine?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so at the moment, this bush here is aflame.
Let's extinguish it, I say.
And
I walk up on it and start pissing on it.
I use control flames as a cantrip,
Nice.
so I can actually. So within a 5-foot cube, you affect it in one of the following ways. So I can instantaneously expand the flame, or so I'll bring it down into a more controllable manner. Obviously, if it's more than 5 feet, we'll use this as the smoke signal.
I wouldn't say it's still. Yeah, it's still under the 5 feet, but it was getting close. So yeah, you're able to bring
Okay.
it down and control it. And
Yeah.
it's now a bright light. I don't know if you can make smoke appear.
Now you can make a
With-
creature out of it.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can control the flame now, and
Yeah.
I mean the tree's burnt a bit, but it's been reduced.
All right. Well, I'll extinguish it then. We'll just say we extinguish
Sure.
it.
Yeah. So now we've got a slightly smoldered tree there.
Still kind of smoking, I would think, but not as much as.
So what do you guys want to do now?
I say that.
Do we want to see if
I
our
wanna-
friends Jakob are going to come after that, or do you want me to pop this flare?
Pop the
Well, hold
flare.
on. Let's go have a look at this strange creature. This where jackal was it? I don't know. This old lady.
Yeah.
She's still got the clothes. I'm gonna go have a look
Searcher.
at the corpse.
Okay, roll me an investigation check, please.
In the meantime, I stumble over to here.
She's got so the jackal has like the rags that it was holding when it was the woman, and also has like some tattered rags on it. Drake, you also find kind of like it's an old rusty scimitar that she was hiding from, like in the back kind of thing. So it's like in the body, but they don't. She like the jackal wear doesn't have anything on them really.
Okay. Well, I'll probably. I mean, I'll point out the scimitar to the rest of the group. This looks like the only things that she had on her that was any half decent, but I'm going to leave it there.
So, Flint,
Aye.
when I was carrying your drug, I
Aye.
noticed that I was broken.
That
What?
produces great liquor.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It produces
I don't
great
speak
liquor.
drunk. Well, what happened? Why is it
What do you
broken?
mean what happened? It's not broken. Here, take a drink.
I ain't drinking that swivel. It's nasty smelling.
Oh, it ain't broken if it's producing, is it?
I kind of know my things about magic, and sir,
Aye.
it's broken.
It works fine for me, and that's all that matters. I got it cheap.
You got a shape from where?
From the guy down in the town, like 2, 3, 4. What year is it?
Was it 5 years ago?
Aye, about that, yeah.
Did you get it after your time, the service for the crown?
I did. As I take another swig.
Constitution
Did
saving
you-
throw, please.
Oh my god.
Yay!
So you now have 1 point of exhaustion.
Sir, I'm gonna ask you kindly to take it easy on that drug. You're
And
very.
don't bring up the past.
I understand. The past hurts. But I'm afraid, friend, it's coming to get you now. So,
Aye. It's always been coming for me.
What has?
My past.
What's in your past that's coming for you?
I just start walking away.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, I think it's really wise for us to start hiding behind a tree because those guards might be onto us, like you guys said before. I don't know though. Yeah, as I step behind a tree.
Roll me a stealth check, please, animal.
Okay. I am very good at stealth. I'm the best at stealth.
Yeah, you get, like, he's not fooling anyone. He's literally standing in front of the tree.
Hold on. Let me move my token then. Ah,
He pulls up the fleck, a piece of grass, and goes, "Okay."
Is he holding two branches?
So basically what he did, he walked up to the tree, looked at it, went round it, and now is like kind of, his face is right next to the tree as though he thinks he's hiding. He can't see anything, but everyone can literally see him staring at the tree. That's what's just happened.
I'm literally standing like next to the tree in such a way that I'm like, my party can't see me, but from the road you can still see me. If you
No, you're very visible from the road.
Yeah, but the party can see me where I'm standing for the most part, but from the road I'm still visible. So I'm next to the tree, not really behind it. As you look at the map, basically. Where I'm
yeah,
standing.
it's like it's like what you're saying. Like, so he can't see us, so he thinks he's completely hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Nope.
Right. Well, the dwarf is now occupied doing whatever.
You can see me. I'm invisible.
We can hear it still.
I am invisible. You can't see me.
All right. I'm gonna not like completely run after him, but just follow Flintlet and be like, "Listen, we all got a past, but we have to face it at some time. I'm not asking you to face it right now, because we have business to do. But we are going to come back to this because obviously this is something very serious. And I'm very worried for you, friend.
No, don't want to talk about it. As I take another swig.
Oh my fucking god.
No, you don't have to make a Constitution save for that one.
Good.
I'm not going to make you do it every time, just kind of like when it's important. Otherwise, that's just OP. You'll just be battling my die.
He's just going to be...
Because if you get 6 exhaustion, it's just death.
This whole
like, that's it.
time.
So...
if they're going to keep pushing me down this damn road, I want to keep drinking.
The thing is, he's drinking like ale or whatever, so he is poisoning himself with every drink after a while.
Yeah.
That's why I do the occasional one.
The first one, the Constitution save, is for this entire thread. That's how I'm going to say it, because it is an important thing for Flint's backstory. So that's and the failure is also important, right? So that continued drinking throughout this entire thing, like that's where you're getting your exhaustion from. So it's only 1 point. I'm not going to make you roll again.
I guess we should hide our big fellow friend better and hide ourselves.
You can't see me.
To see.
Look at me. You cannot see me.
But we can hear you.
No, you can't. I'm behind
Need
the
to be quiet.
tree.
I'll go over to the dwarf and I'll point out like I don't know, maybe like a little dip and just tell him like lie down here and be quiet and we'll come fetch you. Like if there's a
I'll hide over here.
If there's a bit of a shallow bit under the trees or something.
Damn it.
Jenna, Plum, roll me stealth check, please. Okay.
I did.
Yeah, that was the 8. Drake, can you roll me a stealth check if you're going into stealth? Flint, you just disappear into the trees as normal. And Cliff, I will allow you to roll another stealth.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I'm going to hide.
I got lucky, Plum. I passed out and just kind of tripped and fell into the bush.
Okay, so this is what happens. So Drake, you
I've got a nat 20.
You disappear into the shrubbery very well. Flint, you literally like fall over accidentally into a ditch and you're completely obscured from the path. Cliff, somehow you have turned into the bush. Like, in the placement of where Drake said to go, you kind of had to walk through the bushes and you picked up like twigs and all sort of stuff and it all got stuck in your beard and your entire face has like turned into a bush kind of thing. And because you think that you're like completely hidden, you stay stone dead still and you don't move. And it's very convincing. Everyone actually, if you hadn't have seen him do this, you wouldn't be able to determine where Cliff is. And as time goes on, you're like, wait, is that Cliff or was that Cliff? That sort of thing, as you're kind of keeping an eye on. This is like the best hiding thing that he's ever been able to do. Plum, you hide behind the bush, but because of your purple hair, like it's contrasting that green. So like you might not be aware of this. You think that you're quite well hidden, but everyone else will be able to see you. But you can't really, you're not quite sure where everyone else is. So everyone else would be aware of this.
Have to dye that hair, I guess.
And what are you guys doing? Are you just kind of like waiting here?
Yeah,
I was going to say, wait on a second, did somebody light the smoke?
Yeah, we did. Wait,
did you?
We popped it off before. Yes.
Oh, okay, sure.
Is Plum still holding it?
That's what happened. I popped it and the bush was on fire and, it's fine.
So after about an hour, Jacob, which side am I on? Here we go. So Jacob kind of walks down the path from that direction where he's just kind of came to. And he kind of stands in the middle of the path. He sees the orange smoke and he looks directly at Plum and says, "You're not fooling anyone."
Damn it.
All right, Plum. How you doing?
I come crawling out of the bush. I thought I was hiding good.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It was my friend Plum over here. Like you need to get better at trying to hide yourself. You need to change the color of your hair. I told you that before.
Changing the color of my hair.
Well,
It's my signature look.
I don't think if you've quite noticed, you know. I say this because you're my friend. Purple, it kind of sticks out against green.
I'm not changing it.
Right. Anyway, I heard you lot was looking for me. You wanted to talk.
Drake will
Still
come out.
hiding.
He looks at you all. He's actually roll me an investigation check, please, Plum. He seems a little bit off with you, actually. He's not being as friendly as what he normally would. You would be used to like him coming up and hugging you and like, you know, being a bit friendly.
Cordial.
And he's very standoffish. When he looks at you, Drake, he's like just staring at you. And Flint, right? He kind of like nods at you as well, but he's very standoffish. He's not. He's a bit unsure.
Yeah. Jakob, what's going on? You all right, mate?
Right.
It's been a
Well,
while. I haven't seen you. Get over here.
last time I saw all three of yous, you was dead.
Well, clearly we're not.
Exactly. That's why I'm being a little bit, you know. He's kind of actually
got better.
holding his axe.
Jakob. This is part of what I wanted to talk to you about. What is the other dude's name? Did we ever get his name?
What?
The one that was so chatty?
Um.
We always forget to ask people's names.
No, you never got his name. You never actually asked.
Would I just know him? Wait, no, I do know him.
Yeah.
I do know
Oh,
him 'cause
yeah.
he's
No,
part-
you do know
yeah.
him, which means I've
I
got to
do
come
know
up
him.
with a fucking name now. Great. Hold on.
Bob. Just call him Bob.
Halfling name generator.
How
Go.
did you know that's what I was typing?
I mean, that's the go-to thing for DMs to do.
Corman. His name was Corman.
Right, well, Corman, he was telling me that he saw Drake and Flint dead, and that you guys piled them into the body pile, but
I didn't pile no one, but you, all three of you, Plum, I saw you too. I'd never be able to miss your purple hair. You's all dead. Him, and he points at Flint. His guts literally came from his body. Him, and he points at Drake. He was standing next to you. Well, he was laying next to you, Plum.
Yeah, we shoved
You all
him back
dead.
in. He got better.
So I don't know whose you three are, but you ain't the people I knew. So, show yourself. Go on, show your
Listen.
true form.
At that point, I also stand up because I'm like, oh, I need to show myself. Hey, I'm over here. Hi.
We was saved by a
Hold on a sec.
by Zamnian.
Hold on a sec. So at the moment, Cliff comes out from behind.
Yeah.
He
Like, show myself, sure.
actually fires a magical bolt from his hands, basically. So it's a flash of light towards you, Cliff, and like kind of as a reactionary thing. So a creature, so it would be towards you, Cliff.
Yeah.
So
Or do
wait, what do I need to do? Spell save is 13, so you need to make a
You need to make a ranged spell attack against him.
Oh, right. Yes, I do. I need to make the actual attack, don't I? Guiding bolt. There we go. It should be that. Okay, so yeah, it kind of like goes off and it hits the walls in the background, but he's now pulled out his axe and he's like, right, that's it. If we going, we going. Actually, it's a hammer. He's got a war hammer, not an axe.
Ain't no need for that. Nobody ain't going against anybody. God, you're bloody
He's with us.
combat happy.
He's with us.
I
Jacob.
don't trust none of you.
Jacob.
Because
good.
of his hostile
Don't really
nature,
trust
I
you,
just
but-
stand back and I stay behind there.
Sorry, say that again, Plum.
Yeah.
Jacob. Like, I'll tell you anything if you want, if you need a passcode, if you need anything. We've known each other for years now. We're friends.
Roll me a
I'll
persuasion
answer anything,
check.
but we were... I'm sorry?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ba-da-ba-ba, I'm not the most persuasive.
Perfection.
I'm not buying it. Roll
Have you spoken to
initiative.
your brother?
Everyone roll initiative. Whoops.
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on.
Oops.
Let me clear. Let me clear.
So,
I'll take my 10.
Wow.
Maybe if I could... Stop it.
no.
Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. If you don't want to engage, you don't have to do anything, right? Like, but he is about to attack. He well, that's what it looks like. I mean, he's got his warhammer in hand. He's just fired an aggressive shot towards Cliff. Although I'm pretty sure you're all aware he's doing this in a defensive thing, but he's getting on edge, and the more you talk to him, the more he's getting on edge, kind of thing. So, Draic, what do you want to do?
I'll speak to him. I say, have you seen your brother, Jodius?
I pulled him from the rubble, barely alive. How do you know Jodius?
Because I was the one that I pulled him from the shop.
There was a
The shop
man
was on fire.
that looks like you, but you ain't him.
I'm
He
the one that pulled him
died.
out. Yeah, that might be true, but I'm back. And I
Back,
think before we have a ruckus here, we need to. Everybody just needs to calm down, take a step back, and let's have a chat first.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Well, you just convinced me
I
to kill the
don't
party. Way to go.
believe a goddamn word uses saying stand back. And that's the end of your turn, Drake. Plum.
What I'm going to do is that I'm going to cast Web,
Oh, okay. So what's this?
but I want to cast it so it binds me and him.
Okay.
Because it's a... What is it? It's 20-foot cube, yeah. Yeah, 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
So it should fill both of us.
Okay. The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure their area. If the webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, such as walls or trees, or layered across the floor, you're doing it across the floor, right?
Right.
Okay, sure. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so it's only at the start of the turn when you make the dex.
Started the turn. Right.
Sure. Cool.
So I cast the web between us. We're both stuck. Jakob, you know that I can do this spell. I've been doing this spell for a long time. And I bound both of us. So you can trust us. I'm not trying to do anything. I just want to make sure nobody gets hurt. You're my old friend. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want my friends to get hurt either. Well, maybe the dwarf, but it's that's arguable. But he's like a pet. He's like a pet that we take care of. But it It's fine. He's fine. But please, hear me out. We were in this fight, and we were
Oops,
very
sorry.
dire.
Ignore that.
And then all of a sudden, a portal appeared, and we went through this portal. And Zanya, guardian of Mordir, saved us. And now we are in our debt. And I like jingle the gold bracelet and trying to convince him that we're...
Roll me a persuasion check.
Maybe 1 second. Go.
Fine.
I will give you with advantage with this one, actually.
Advantage.
Yeah, because that was quite a good explanation, in my opinion.
Fuck.
Actually, that's enough. I rolled a 5, so...
Oh god, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
So, I'm glad I gave you that advantage. So he kind of like looks down at you, and it is now his turn. Hey, what do you mean, murder? What's he got to do with it?
Well, that's the thing. I'm just trying to find out ourselves. All of a sudden, we were saved by Zanmir, Guardian of Mordir. We were in this maze that we had to fight our way... Okay, maybe we didn't have to fight our way through, but we fought our way through, and we came back to a pile. I was in a pile of dead bodies, and it was disgusting. I think I still smell, and, you know, I think I might have, you know, pieces of dead flesh in my hair, maybe. My
Absolutely,
beautiful
none of you
purple
washed,
hair.
so you're all like still stinking of rotten corpses.
Exactly. So,
I don't smell that
listen,
bad.
Jakob, we've been through it, and I was so happy to see you, and it's so sad that you don't trust me after all these years. So I just need some information myself. All of a sudden, we were on this crazy quest to get. We were all told to get this fancy gold hair lady, and then all of a sudden, I'm just gonna call him Cordy. Cordy told us that. Cormy.
Cormin.
Told-
Cormin.
Well, I'm gonna call him Cormy.
Call me.
That's
Sure.
his
He's an old bloke friend.
Nickname.
And he told us that this gold fancy haired half elf is actually the leader, and we were hired to go get her for the crown. That's why
Oh,
we
for
were all
goodness
even
sake,
together.
Stop rolling. Hey, Plum, was that really you?
Yes, you-
I grieve for you. I thought yous was dead.
I'm not dead. I'm standing right here. I'm dirty, and I have this stupid pet dwarf now, and I have this drunken fool to look after, and then there's this tall dude that, you know, is actually quite handy, but, you know, he's tall.
Okay, so it's now Jacob's turn. The dexterity save. What was the spell save? It's
13.
11. Oh, 13? I thought it was 11. Spell save
According-
DC 11.
Oh, no, sorry, it's 11. It
Looking at
looked...
yours, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking at the shield of faith.
I had a scroll.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. Because I accidentally hit 2 things that I'm not doing. So it's fine. So yeah, he steps between the webs and he says, "Do you know, I could have got all stuck up in this web and it's goddamn pain to get out of this. You know that?" And he just like hugs you. "I thought you was dead." And he kind of like breaks down a little bit. Starts crying. "I thought you was dead." "So, are you saying that Zanmir, who the fuck is Zanmir or Moradin? I don't know any of these people."
Don't know either. All I know is that we need to go to... I don't know how to pronounce it. Keoria?
Keoria, yeah. Keora.
That one.
Keora?
To repay this. Yeah, to repay this debt. I don't know. But this is what happened. We woke up into that town in a pile of bodies, and it was just disgusting. And we were just trying to meet up with you, and then I don't know. It's all fucked up now.
I everything's all fucked up right now. Right, listen in, Plum. Okay. I see it's you, and by God, I'm glad you's alive, and I don't know what's happened. We're out of the turn order now, by the way, so you can kind of move freely. Unless you're trapped in a web, Plum, actually make a dexterity
still
saving
trapped.
throw. Yeah. Dexterity saving throw, please, Plum.
Strength, yeah.
It's Dex, isn't it? I thought. Actually, can you just like get rid of that? How long does the?
You can drop the concentration.
Yeah,
So
you can drop the.
concentration
Yeah, so
spell.
you can turn off the spider webs if you wanted. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll just turn it off and we'll go.
Yeah, it's a strength after the first one.
Is it? Okay, strength
Yeah,
save.
you got to break. So first one's trying to miss the webs. Second one is trying to break the webs.
Break
together.
them.
Right.
But it's a concentration spell, so
Yeah.
Plum has got to keep concentrating on it to keep the spell up there.
Yeah.
So since she
Yeah.
stops concentrating, it just
It's-
disappears.
Disappears. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we ain't allowed to bring anyone into camp. That was ordered to us. So I'm sorry, Plum. I still can't take you back. But I mean,
Fine.
if you kind of prove to us that you is who you say you is, you need to not just prove to me, you need to prove to everyone else. Including...
I
Fine.
could do the zone of truth if you like.
well, I mean, we've got our own means to do that, but including to B. B is... she's in charge. And I think... well, she ain't nearby at the moment. She's gone away. But she'll be back in a couple of days, and if you've kind of gained the respect of everyone in the camp, well, I guess she'll trust you.
Sounds good. We'll do what
Right.
we need to do.
Well, okay, so I'm kind of in a little bit of a bind. I can't take you back to the camp itself, but we do have a few problems that maybe four of you could solve to. And then if you do this, then you come back here and we can bring you back to the camp.
Right. What's this honey to-do list? We'll get it done.
Well, I mean, there's a few things around the area. I don't know if you're aware, there's some jackal wares going around and tricking
Right,
people.
done. Taken care of. They're dead.
We'll take him across to the body. What, like this one?
Alright, okay, well, you gotta be careful though, because there's more than just one pack. They're rampant through the woods. There's near the Golden Lake, one of the dryads, she's been kind of acting odd. She's gone into like insanity. Don't know what's wrong. You need to find out what the matter is with her and come back, tell us. You tell us. If you find out, if we can find a way to help, you know, you let us know.
Right.
There's also, like, we was hearing, so as part of the resistance, we try and keep tabs on people around the area, anyone that we can save and pull out. You know that, Plum? Well, we've got a little bit of a task that we need to kind of like figure out how to get. There's a elf child, half-elf, who's not being looked after very well by his foster parents, both human, tyrannical, you know how it is.
I do know how
Beat
it
him
is.
every day, that sort of thing. Well, I mean, if you can figure out a way of getting him out there and bringing him back to us, I guess that'd give you a little bit of points in our direction. So he's currently residing on a farm near M, around the other side of the lake. And there's also the guards. They've been making their tracks further north. If you can get back on King's Road, on the Grail Trail. If you intercept some of them guards and, distract them, you stop them in their tracks, make it difficult for them to make their way around, hide us from them, that'll also go a long way in helping. So, you could do any of those if you want. It's kind of up to you. I'll tell you what, if you get those done, come back here in 5 days. And then I'll take you back to camp.
Well, you know me, Jacob.
I don't think it matters at this point.
We'll get it done. It's good seeing you, mate. Take care of yourself. We'll see you in 5 days' time.
And he kind of turns around to the rest of the party. Don't try following me either. I'll know. And he looks at Flint. You think we didn't hear that you was trying to plan and follow the others? And then walks off. Kind of disappears back into the bushes.
I have a slightly confused look on my face.
Just slightly?
Just slightly.
Yeah, he disappears, and actually, as you watch him go, he literally very similar to how Cliff disappeared and then just turned into the trees by accident. But this is obviously he's done this a lot of times, and he just disappears into the trees, and there's no sign of him.
Yep, he is completely gone. I have no idea where he is.
Anyone can roll perception checks, by the way, to see if you want to follow him, or if you did want to follow him, you can try and see.
Right, so are we all on the same
By the
page
way,
on how we
he
need
rolled a nat 20 on the stealth roll, so you were all never going to see that.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
Everybody's stealthy except for me. Except for that one time, I got it. It's fine.
Camp.
Right, so obviously we need to get these things done so we can head back.
So
to
what
camp.
did he ask us to do? I wasn't listening.
Oh my god.
Something
First
about
off,
druid.
I do think that we need to prioritize the child. That's just my take. But there's
Not a child.
A half-elf child that's being beaten by its human parent, and I give a dirty look to Drake.
Yes, we should take that half elf away from the damn humans.
Right, and then there's a dryad near the Golden Lake that's apparently insane, and we need to go figure out what's wrong with her. And then, of course, there's the damn fucking guards that we have to go take care of as well. But I do say prioritize the child.
Well, just a note on the child. If presumably the child is labor for the, so they're not gonna want to permanently damage the child because then obviously they lose their labor then. But so
Want it to be beaten either.
No. But there is the amount of danger that the child is in is probably relatively minimal.
See, this is why humans suck ass.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's a consideration.
Well, what would you rather do?
Well, my area of expertise would probably be more with the dryad, but I'm happy to go with the group.
And you, dwarf?
We should
Speak.
just try and rescue that child. That's all I have to say. I don't know.
Right. So we'll do child, dryad, gods.
Yeah. That sounds like
All
fun.
right.
Gods. We're gonna go fight some gods.
Gods.
Can we maybe slip the child out without necessarily killing everybody? Just
Listen,
maybe keep it quiet. Just a thought.
Maybe.
I try to do that.
Can I murder at least one person?
Listen, dwarf. I know you have the taste for blood, But we're only going to do it if we absolutely have to. I don't want to bloodshed. I don't want to damage the child even more so. He's already seen enough. But we're going to try to sneak this child out. But, we don't have the best of luck, so we'll just see how it goes.
But what if we were to murder the ones that are now harassing the child?
Listen, we're not law and order.
We were hired by the king.
This time, when you speak to can you try smiling? Maybe. I mean, you kind of scared the last one off. Just saying. Maybe a friendly smile. Keep the daggers under. Keep them
I'll
hidden.
I'll try. Maybe stop pissing me off. I won't go in so disgruntled. All right. So I guess we're gonna go to a farm near M to get the child.
Okay, so at the moment it's kind of like midday time. It would take another half day to get back to where L is, and M is further west. So you have to kind of like go round underneath the lake and then up onto the other side. If you would like, we can kind of skip that process, or if you want to do any more roleplay or whatever, that's kind of up to you.
So you're saying it's going to take us about a full day to get there?
It's going to take you a full day, yeah.
Okay, so can we do a long rest?
Yep,
And
absolutely.
I was
Skipping
assuming
all
we would
that
have
and-
to do.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, yeah. So, so the long rest would happen around about where L is, or was. Probably just after. You probably wouldn't go through the village itself, because why would you go back there? Unless you want to.
Yeah, let's not. No.
No. Okay. So first off, for the long rest, can I have you all do perception checks, please?
I would like to say, there's the water near L, so can we clean up a bit so we're not we don't smell like death while trying to get this child?
All right.
Yes.
I mean, that would be
you
fun.
Can I have you roll
First time.
nature checks if you want to wash?
Damn it. I'm not
First
doing good
time
on my
that we,
rolls, guys. Right, I can't get the smell out of my hair.
I mean, it wouldn't be
Somebody
the first
else
time.
talk to the child.
So
be the
Flint,
first time that we,
did you wash or are you not bothered?
Don't need to. I wasn't in the pile of bodies.
You still smell of
To be
death.
covered in blood?
I don't need to be. No, I
Okay.
Your
wasn't. I'm
gut's a bit of a
fine.
mess.
Okay,
Just saying.
so no matter how hard you scrub, Cliff, you can get rid of all the chunks of flesh and whatever, but you still smell of death. Draic, you still smell of death. Plum, you can't even get rid of like the chunks of flesh or whatever, or bloods and guts. You kind of shake it up over the whole thing. But yeah, all four of you still smell rotten of death.
Yeah.
And actually, it's kind of got to the point now where you can't smell it anymore. So potentially you've gotten rid of the smell, but it's still kind of, there's still something that's lingering, and it's like every so often you get that whiff of like that rotten feeling.
It's in my hair.
Yeah.
It's coming from my hair.
So perception check. So this is for your long rest. Draic, all the way through the long rest, you don't see anything. It's absolutely fine. It's all clear. You're fairly safe. There's probably a few animals, this sort of thing. You know, similar sort of messages that I gave you last time with the long rests. Janice, on your watch, you're pretty sure that those jackals are back. And yeah. Who else did a perception check? Flint. Yeah, I mean, you fairly it's fine. You're probably enamored. Are you taking a long rest though, Flint? Are you going to get rid of your exhaustion?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I do want you to roll me. What were we going to start that at? A D20, please. you've succeeded, just so you're aware. Okay. Sure. So that's the end of the long rest. Come dawn time, you kind of get up, you pick up your pack, and you head towards M. You start to find yourself kind of on a trail that was leading away from... I'm going to put you on this scene just for a sec. You find yourself on a trail into the forest kind of thing, and it leads out to a village. It opens up, and you can smell the lake. It's quite a nice smell emanating. And in the distance, you see M. It's a farmer. It's a big farming village. There's a lot of farms going on. There's a lot of activity. Most of them are human. You can see from a distance. And as you get closer to M, that is where we're going to end the session. So,
Excellent.
walking up to M. How was that? Did you enjoy it?
It's fun to
Little
go.
less actiony today because it was there's a lot of story that needs to be
Right.
got out. So I was trying to get that story out now because we had like 2 sessions flat where it was just action and no story. So
That's cool.
yeah. How'd you feel it went? Did you enjoy it? Good.
Yeah.
I did. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Found out some more about Plum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traitorous bitch.
Listen,
She's trying to save your cat. What? Eh?
But she's still a not a traitor, a spy.
Yeah, she was.
Fine.
Flint's got
I'm
some
from the
secrets, seemingly.
resistance. It's fine. You guys, it's fine.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, I'm trying to incorporate all of your backstories into the story as much as possible, where I can. So that gives you a little bit of motivation to roleplay with each other quite a lot. And I think that's what I liked about this session was the fact that you were all kind of like roleplaying with each other. Well, quite well. Discovering all this.
You can't see me.
yeah, apart from Cliff, we've not found anything about Cliff at all because he doesn't want to give any information away. Just
I
wants
mean, Cliff barely knows anything to bring up anyways at the moment.
Right? He
But I do
doesn't
have some
understand
ideas.
the undertones.
Cliff will get the opportunity a bit later. You're a bit out of
Yeah.
your area. Kind of the same with Drake actually, because Drake doesn't have. I mean, he's been around this area, but like this is
Well-
obviously very entwined into Plum's backstory at the moment. So
But I do wanna
you'll
DM
get
you
your
some more
opportunities.
Stuff, I do want to DM you some more stuff and things.
Sure.
Also
And
because
things.
of what happened today, I'm starting to think about some stuff.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
As long as it's not changing your character now, because obviously we're
No,
stuck with the.
It doesn't
with-
change my character. Just a bit of backstory, like build
Sure.
up.
Sure. I've actually got a little bit of backstory that for you as well, but it's stuff that you're not allowed to know, so
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you.
Cool.
So I'll tell you whether or not it
child.
interferes
You
with
have-
that. Yeah.
Okay.
You have a backstory. You just don't know your backstory.
Oh no. He's definitely got a backstory that he's shared with me. But there's
Yeah.
other things that have happened in your life that I am not going to tell you. There will be opportunities. There will be opportunities. Anyway, that's beside
It
the
sounds like
point.
we're all hiding stuff.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
We are. We all
Maybe.
have a past.
Everyone apart from Drake. Like, he's just this random guy.
Mysterious dude.
He's just this random guy.
That's what you think.
Right, okay.
He's the prince in disguise.
Imagine.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna finish the recording is weird. I want to say stream, but we're not actually streaming. I still feel like we're streaming, but we're not. It's weird.
Well, you're gonna kind of stream it.
I'm gonna
so it's
restream
kinda
it. So yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
thanks, chat, for definitely stopping by and how I'm interacting with everything about you right now. There might not even be anyone here.
Yay.
Thanks. Bye. Any final words of wisdom, Kath?
If it lasts longer than 4 hours, call the doctor.
Any final words of wisdom, Discount?
You are a doctor. Panic.
Panic here. Any final words of wisdom, Animal?
If you stand close enough to a tree, no one can see you.
And Janice, any final words of wisdom?
We definitely found out that Womble needs to do women better.
That's what most women would say about most men. I'm just saying.
That's true. I
That's what
think
she
that's fair. Okie doke. We're gonna leave you now. So thank you. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah.